Hello students, I am Naveela Tariq. Today we'll discuss the 6th chapter of a supplementary, that is the making of a scientist. Now this story revolves around the scientific discoveries of a scientist who has achieved a lot in the field of science. He became successful, but how he was encouraged as a child, what made him develop interest towards science, towards insects, towards the life cell, all this we will discuss in this chapter. So we'll start reading. Richard Ebright has received the Searle Scholar Award and the Schering-Plough Award for Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. It was his fascination for butterflies that opened the world of science to him. Now, it's mentioned over here that Richard Ebright, who was the famous scientist, he received many awards in the field of science, and at the same time it was just because of the fascination towards butterfly that opened the world of science to him. He was really attracted towards butterfly. He used to love collecting butterfly as a child and continued till many years, and this led him towards many discoveries. Okay. At the age of 22, a former Scout of the Year excited the scientific world with a new theory on how cells work. Richard H. Ebright and his college roommate explained the theory in an article in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science. Now it's mentioned over here that when Richard was 22 years old, he was the former Scout of the Year. Scout of the Year means he was the member of the Scout, like we have the members of NCC and all. Similarly, he was also the member of a Scout, and he was a Scout of the Year. He had won the award for the Scout of the Year. And then he started working on the theory of cells. Now how this person was it's explained over here that he was like an all-rounder. He was the member of the Scout, although at the same time he was more interested in the discoveries and won many awards related to science. Now, Richard H. Ebright and his college roommate explained the theory in an article in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Science. Now, this Richard Ebright and his college roommate, they both came together and they published a theory in an article. That is the National Academy of Science. They had published an article in which they mentioned the new theory on how cells work. It was the first time this important scientific journal had ever published the work of college students. In sports, that would be like making up the big leagues at the age of 15 and hitting a home run your first time at bat. Now, this was this theory that they had published in this book, in this journal, the scientific journal. Journal means a magazine or a newspaper. It was the first time that any college students had published such an important theory of science. It was for the very first time that has happened. It is just compared to sports. Like in the field of sports, if anyone is making a big league. Now, what is a big league? It is like anyone is actually getting a lot of success, making a many runs just at the very initial stages. Especially when we play baseball, there is a home run which is just similar to a sixer that is played in the cricket. Like for example, a person who is just 15 years old and he catches the bat for the very first time and he makes a home run. That means, for example, in a cricket match, a person is catching the bat for the very first time and comes with a sixer. So similarly, it is just that important. It was just that fascinating that a college student came up with some new scientific theory related to cell, and they even published in the scientific journal. So this was something remarkable actually. For Richard Ebright, it was the first in a long string of achievements in science and other fields, and it all started with butterflies. Now all the scientific theories and the scientific discoveries were all initiated, they were started with butterflies, with his passion of collecting butterflies. An only child, Ebright grew up north of Reading, Pennsylvania. There wasn't much I could do there, he said. I certainly couldn't play football or baseball with a team of one, but there was one thing I could do, that was collect things. Now, he was an only child to his mother, and he was living in the place called Pennsylvania, which is situated in US. Now in this place Pennsylvania, there is a city that is called Reading. So he used to live in this place called Reading, and there was nothing much to do. मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं कर सकते थे वहाँ पे, लाइक बहुत ज़्यादा क्रिकेट में इन्वॉल्व नहीं हो सकते थे, बहुत ज़्यादा स्पोर्ट्स में इन्वॉल्व नहीं हो सकते थे, मे बी बिकॉज ऑफ सम जोग्राफिकल कंडीशंस और क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस विच इज़ नॉट येट मेंशन. बट देयर वॉज वन थिंग दैट ही कुड डू वॉज टू कलेक्ट थिंग्स, मतलब वो चीज़ें कलेक्ट करते थे वहाँ पे. सो ही डिड, एंड डिड ही एवर. Beginning in the kindergarten, Ebright collected butterflies with the same determination that has marked all his activities. Now starting from kindergarten, KG, okay, starting from KG, Ebright was always passionate towards collecting butterflies, and he kept collecting butterflies for many years. And all the activities, all the remarkable discoveries that he made, all the achievements that he gained was all just because of this passion of collecting butterflies. Now there were other things also he collected, like he collected rocks, fossils and coins. You all know what are fossils. Fossils are those imprints on the very old primitive stones or plants, etc. Those those old primitive imprints are called fossils. And coins. He became an eager astronomer too, sometimes stargazing all night. Now he also used to stare at the stars, means he used to sit in the night and he used to keep gazing. Gazing means बहुत देर तक एक ही जगह पर देखते रहना. He used to keep gazing at the stars sometimes, and it used to make him feel as if he is an eager astronomer, means he used to feel as if he is an astronomer, a very eager astronomer who wants to find out many things at a very fast pace. Okay. Then from the first he had a driving curiosity along with a bright mind. Now underline this line everyone, the first line of this page, that from the very beginning as a child he had this curiosity, मतलब उनके अंदर बहुत ज़्यादा curiosity थी. मतलब curiosity का मतलब हर चीज़ जानने की इच्छा थी उनके अंदर, जैसे कहते हैं ना जिज्ञासा थी, और उनका माइंड भी बहुत शार्प था, बहुत ब्राइट था. He also had a mother who encouraged his interest in learning. She took him on trips, bought him telescopes, microscope, cameras, mounting materials and other equipment, and helped him in many other ways. Now this full paragraph, students, underline this paragraph. This is the encouragement that he received from his mother. Now he had a helper in the form of his mother. His mother encouraged him in every way possible and always encouraged his interest, means जिस भी चीज़ में वो इंटरेस्ट लेते थे, जो भी चीज़ वो लर्न करना चाहते थे, उसमें वो उनकी हेल्प करती थी. She used to take him on trips, उनको टेलीस्कोप्स ख़रीदे, माइक्रोस्कोप्स, कैमराज, माउंटिंग मटेरियल और बहुत सारे ऐसे इक्विपमेंट जो कि उसके इंटरेस्ट और उनके लर्निंग में काम आ सकते थे. I was his only companion until he started school, his mother said. After that I would bring home friends for him, but at night we just did things together. Richie was my whole life after his father died when Richie was in 3rd grade. Now Richie's, that is Richard's mother, was a single mother. Their father had died many years back. So for his mother, he was her entire life. Everything started from him and ended on him. So that's why she tried him to develop interest in many activities. Now she and her son spent almost every evening at the dining table. If he didn't have things to do, I found work for him. Not physical work, but learning things, his mother said. He liked it, he wanted to learn. Now she's saying कि वो बिल्कुल नहीं चाहती थी कि उनका बेटा जो रिचर्ड है वो अपना टाइम आइडली पास करे, मतलब फ्री टाइम है तो उसको लेजर वे में बिता दे. वो हमेशा चाहती थी कि वो कुछ नया सीखे, नया लर्न करे. एंड ही ऑल्सो लाइक्ड टू लर्न, और वो भी बहुत कुछ लर्न करना चाहते थे. ही ऑलवेज हैड द इंटरेस्ट इन लर्निंग थिंग्स. सो वो हमेशा कोई ना कोई एक ऐसा काम ढूंढ के लाती थी, एक ऐसी न्यू टॉपिक लेके आती थी रिचर्ड के पास जिस पे वो कुछ ना कुछ सीखने लगता था. एंड ही यूज्ड टू नेवर वेस्ट हिज टाइम. एंड लर्न ही डिड. He earned top grades in school. On everyday things, he was just like every other kid, his mother said. Now, He was so good in learning that he always used to gain top grades in his school. By the time he was in the second grade, Ebright had collected all 25 species of butterflies around his hometown. Now, जब तक रिचर्ड अपने सेकेंड ग्रेड तक पहुँचे स्कूल में, तब तक उन्होंने 25 डिफरेंट स्पीशीज़ की बटरफ्लाई कलेक्ट कर चुके थे, जो उनके एरिया में, जैसे रीडिंग जिस जगह पे वो रहते थे, उनके आसपास जितनी भी स्पीशीज़ मिलती थी वो कलेक्ट कर चुके थे, एंड दे वर नंबर एज 25 स्पीशीज़ of butterfly that he collected. Now this is the box over here. In this box the different species of butterflies are mentioned, like these you all can just read it. These are the different kind of butterflies who are different from each other in terms of migration or in terms of color, okay, in terms of size and the habits. Okay, so these are the different types of butterflies that he collected and mentioned in the box. That probably would have been the end of my butterfly collecting, he said. But then my mother got me a children's book called The Travels of Monarch 10. That book, which told how monarch butterflies migrate to Central America, opened the world of science to the eager young collector. Now, he kept on collecting butterfly and now his butterfly collecting time was almost going to end. तभी उनकी मदर ने उनको एक बुक ला के दी जिसका नाम था द ट्रैवल्स ऑफ मोनार्क 10. नाउ इस बुक में एक्चुअली क्या मेंशन था, इस बुक में मेंशन था कि कैसे मोनार्क बटरफ्लाइज सेंट्रल अमेरिका माइग्रेट करती हैं. नाउ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट स्टूडेंट्स, अंडरस्टैंड द मीनिंग ऑफ मोनार्क बटरफ्लाई. Monarch butterflies are butterflies which are found in northern parts of America. It is orangish and brownish in color and it is a migratory butterfly. ये एक अलग स्पीशी है बटरफ्लाई की. इस बटरफ्लाई को बोलते हैं मोनार्क बटरफ्लाइज और ये माइग्रेटरी बटरफ्लाइज हैं जो नॉर्थ अमेरिका से सेंट्रल अमेरिका को में माइग्रेट करती हैं. सो इस बुक में एक्चुअली उनके माइग्रेशन के बारे में बताया था. नाउ एज इट इज़ उसको बहुत ज़्यादा बटरफ्लाइज कलेक्ट करने का शौक़ था और जब इतना कुछ उसने मोनार्क बटरफ्लाई, पर्टिकुलरली एक मोनार्क बटरफ्लाई के बारे में इतना कुछ पढ़ा, सो ही डेवलप मोर एंड मोर इंटरेस्ट इन कलेक्टिंग मोनार्क बटरफ्लाई. अब उसका पूरा फोकस था इस बटरफ्लाई पे, इस स्पीशी पे जिसका नाम था मोनार्क बटरफ्लाइज. ओके, नाउ एट द एंड ऑफ द बुक द रीडर्स वर इन्वाइटेड to help study butterfly migration. Now students, this full paragraph underline it at the end of the book till Dr. Euclid. ये पूरा paragraph underline करो, this is important. At the end of the book, readers were invited to help study butterfly migrations. They were asked to tag butterflies for research by Dr. Tariq Euclid of the University of Toronto, Canada. Ebright's mother wrote to Dr. Euclid and soon Ebright was attaching light adhesive tags to the wings of monarchs. Anyone who found a tagged butterfly was asked to send the tag to Dr. Euclid. Now understand this properly students. वो जो बुक थी द ट्रैवल ऑफ मोनार्क 10, उस बुक के पीछे एक रीडर्स के लिए इनविटेशन था डॉक्टर फेडरिक ए यूगर्ट के तरफ से, जो कि एक रिसर्चर थे इन द यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ टोरंटो, कनाडा की जो ये यूनिवर्सिटी है उसमें वो रिसर्च करते थे, एक रिसर्च प्रोफेसर थे. और उन्होंने अपने जो रीडर्स थे, जो भी उस बुक को रीड करके कंप्लीट करते हैं, उनके लिए एक इनविटेशन था कि किसी को भी अगर मोनार्क बटरफ्लाई मिलती है तो वो मोनार्क बटरफ्लाई को टैग कर दे और उसको छोड़ दे. और उसके बाद इससे एक्चुअली क्या फेवर होता है, अगर कोई भी मोनार्क बटरफ्लाई को टैग करेगा तो इसमें मोनार्क बटरफ्लाई के जो माइग्रेशन के ऊपर रिसर्च हो रहा है उसमें काफ़ी ज़्यादा हेल्प मिल सकती है. नाउ व्हाट इज़ टैगिंग ऑफ बटरफ्लाई, मतलब बटरफ्लाई को टैग करने का मतलब क्या होता है. टैग का मतलब ये होता है कि उन्होंने एक बटरफ्लाई पकड़ी और द लोअर पार्ट ऑफ द बटरफ्लाई दे अटैच्ड अ स्टिकर काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग थ्रू सम एडिसिव मटेरियल. मतलब एडिसिव मतलब किसी भी तरह के ग्लू से या गम से, लाइट एडिसिव सब्सटेंस से इस स्टिकर को आप चिपका दो मोनार्क बटरफ्लाई के विंग के नीचे हिस्से में, जिससे उसकी उड़ान में, उसकी फ़्लाइट में उसे कोई प्रॉब्लम ना हो. नाउ and set it free and leave it. Now when this butterfly will fly and will try to migrate, and anyone else who will recapture the butterfly, they will take out the tag and they will send this tag to Dr. Ugert. मतलब उस टैग पे ये लिखा था कि जिसको भी ये बटरफ्लाई मिलती है वो इस टैग को डॉक्टर यूगर्ट को भेज देंगे, जिससे डॉक्टर यूगर्ट को माइग्रेशन में, वो जो माइग्रेट करती हैं वो कितने माइल्स उड़ के जाती हैं, किस सीज़न में जाती हैं, किस टाइम पे जाती हैं, कितने टाइम पे पहुंचती हैं, इन सारी चीज़ों में डॉक्टर यूगर्ट को इससे हेल्प मिल जाती। Okay, so that was called the tagging of butterfly. That is putting a small sticker kind of a thing which with information written on it on the lower part of the wing of the monarch butterflies. Okay, and then when this butterfly was recaptured, the tag was supposed to be sent to Dr. Ugert, and this would be a great help to him in his research of migration. Understood? Now we'll come to the second paragraph. The butterfly collecting season around reading lasts 6 weeks in late summer. Now जब उन्होंने अब ये पूरी बुक पढ़ी द ट्रैवल ऑफ मोनार्क 10, उसके बाद उन्होंने डॉक्टर यूगर्ट से बात करी और वो बटरफ्लाइज को टैग करना स्टार्ट कर दिया। मीन्स ही स्टार्टेड डेवलपिंग इंटरेस्ट इन टैगिंग बटरफ्लाई। उन्होंने बहुत सारी बटरफ्लाइज, मोनार्क बटरफ्लाइज को पकड़ने लगे और उनको टैग करने लगे। नाउ द बेस्ट सीजन ऑफ कैचिंग द मोनार्क बटरफ्लाई वॉज इन द लेट समर, दैट इज एंड द कैचिंग पीरियड लास्ट फॉर एटलीस्ट 6 weeks। मतलब 6 हफ्तों तक लेट समर में सबसे ज़्यादा मोनार्क बटरफ्लाइज मिलती हैं। नाउ if you're going to chase them one by one, you won't catch very many. So the next step for Ebright was to raise a flock of butterflies. Now इसमें ये बताया है कि अगर आप उस सीज़न में एक एक करके बटरफ्लाई पकड़ोगे, मतलब एक एक करके पकड़ते जाओगे अपने हाथ से बटरफ्लाई, तो आप एक टाइम उतने ही 6 weeks के अंदर बहुत सारी बटरफ्लाइज नहीं पकड़ पाओगे। सो सबसे अच्छा तरीका क्या था, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा बटरफ्लाई को टैग करने का, मीन्स पकड़ के टैग करने का, कि वो खुद ही बटरफ्लाइज को रेस करें अपने घर में। सो दिस रिचर्ड एब्राइट ने अपने घर के बेसमेंट में इन्हीं बटरफ्लाइज को रेस किया। ही टुक अ फीमेल एग and he raised the egg in the caterpillar, then from the caterpillar it turned to pupa and from pupa it turned to the adult butterfly. So ये जो पूरी लाइफ साइकिल है बटरफ्लाई की, कि एग से कैटरपिलर, कैटरपिलर से प्यूपा और प्यूपा से अडल्ट बटरफ्लाई, ये पूरी इनकी स्टेजेस को रिचर्ड ने स्टडी किया अपने ही घर के बेसमेंट में, एंड थाउजेंड्स ऑफ बटरफ्लाइज ही रेज्ड इन मैनी ईयर्स। और बहुत सारी बटरफ्लाइज, मोनार्क बटरफ्लाइज उन्होंने रेस करी अपने ही घर में, एंड स्टार्टेड टैगिंग ईच ऑफ देम। नाउ ही वुड कैच अ फीमेल मोनार्क, take her eggs and raise them in his basement through the life cycle from egg to caterpillar to pupa to adult butterfly. Then he would tag the butterfly's wing and let them go. उसके बाद वो जितनी भी बटरफ्लाइज पैदा होती थी, रेस होती थी, वो उनको जब अडल्ट हो जाती थी तो उनको वो टैग करते थे उनके विंग्स को, और उसके बाद उन्हें छोड़ देते थे उड़ने के लिए। For several years his basement was home to thousands of monarchs in different stages of development. मतलब बहुत सालों तक उनका जो बेसमेंट था दैट वाज डिवोटेड टू मोनार्क बटरफ्लाइज। वहाँ पे सिर्फ मोनार्क बटरफ्लाइज रेज होती थी और उनके डिफरेंट स्टेजेस को उसने बहुत सालों तक स्टडी किया। Eventually I began to lose interest in tagging butterfly. It's tedious and there's much feedback, Ebright said. In all the time I did it, he laughed, only 2 butterflies I had tagged were recaptured, and they were not more than 75 miles from where I lived. Now, he's saying that eventually means just as the year passed on, he started losing interest in tagging butterflies. मतलब बटरफ्लाई को टैग करने में वो अपना इंटरेस्ट खोते जा रहे थे। उनके अकॉर्डिंग ये एक बहुत टीडियस काम था, टीडियस, TEDIOUS. Tedious means a work which involves a very long procedure, at the same time it is very tiring and very boring. Okay, so if you all have books with you, you all can write it down over there, the meaning of tedious. Tedious means a work that involves a very long procedure, मतलब एक काम जो बहुत लंबा चलता है, okay, बहुत ज़्यादा टायरिंग है और बहुत ज़्यादा बोरिंग है। Why this work was very tiring and very boring for Richard? Because हम जब भी कोई काम करते हैं, we always work for results. means whenever we are doing some hard work, we always want result. Our aim is the result, the feedback, the positive feedback that we get. और जब हमें फीडबैक नहीं मिलता या कोई रिज़ल्ट नहीं मिलता तो हमें वो काम बोरिंग लगने लगता है. सिमिलरली रिचर्ड एब्राइट ने इतने सालों में बहुत सी बटरफ्लाइज़ को रेस किया और टैग किया, बट ओनली एंड ओनली 2 बटरफ्लाइज वर रिकैप्चर्ड दैट ही हैड टैग्ड. मतलब उनके टैग करी हुई बटरफ्लाइज में से सिर्फ 2 ही बटरफ्लाइज थी जिनको फिर से रिकैप्चर किया गया, और वो भी 75 माइल्स उनके घर से दूर. So it was a tedious work for him for sure, and he lost interest in it. Okay students, we will discuss the remaining chapter in the next video. Thank you.